Hi, I'm Jason Inman, and I like to read comic books. That's why in the week of October 15th, I decided to read all the DC New 52 comic books that were published in the world. I'm going to give each of these a buy it, borrow it from a friend, or a skip it rating. But before I get to that, don't forget to go to majorspoilers.com, the comic book website with lots of news, podcasts, and other things. And if you want to support this show and want me to make more comic book related content, go to patreon.com/Jawiin and help buy me more comic books for me to read, for you to hear reviews of. But enough of this jibba jabba and self-promotion, let's get on to some reviews. Batman and Robin number 35. Peter J. Tomasi keeps ratcheting up the tension in part 3 of Robin Risings as he draws in Tim Drake, the Red Hood, and Batgirl to all put on special Robin armor to go to Apokolips to follow Batman on his quest to save Damian. And that's right, we get a Robin army. That is awesome. In a title called Batman and Robin, we get not only one, not only two, but we get 3 Robins. That is fantastic. When this series was first announced, Robin Rises, I was really like, I don't really care about Batman going to Apokolips. I don't know. Batman doesn't really work in the cosmic. He's supposed to be a street level character, but this book really works. Alfred gets great character moments, and the art is amazing. This is a definite buy it and one of the best Batman titles out there. Batman Eternal number 28. Batman Eternal takes a step back this week as this issue decides to focus on Red Hood and Catwoman, and basically how they are both spurned by lovers. That's right, Catwoman gets spurned by Batman, and Batgirl gets spurned by Red Hood? Where did this come from? What the hell? Yeah, plus the art makes this look like a really, really cheap manga book that you'd probably buy in an alley somewhere in Hong Kong. Skip it. Batwoman number 35. Batwoman is in space fighting Clayface and Morgan Le Fay. Have we never heard of a street level character before? Skip it. Earth 2 World's End number 2. After a very, very strong first issue, Earth 2 World's End number 2 takes a little bit of a misstep, as basically this issue is one long fight. Basically, I love this world. I love these characters, and I love when they get to have character moments. I love how they take the relationship of the DC Universe and skew them just slightly. It makes them very interesting. But this book fails at that because it's all one fight, and we get really bored with the one fight because it's just some girl from Apokolips that we're never explained about. So I love this series, but this issue's not that great, so borrow it from a friend. Green Lantern New Guardians number 35. Now, I have read no other issues of the Godhead event. Basically, the new gods are really pissed at the Green Lanterns, and you know what? This is part 3, Act 1. We'll get to, oh, I hate acts. But I liked this issue. I surprisingly really liked this issue. Why? Because we got some great character moments with Kyle. We got some great revelations about what the life equation. We got some great revelations about Highfather, and Highfather was actually, of the new gods, was actually pretty cool in this book. Usually in the old DC universe, he was this old fogey Zeus guy that was just basically like, oh, I'm an old man with a cane and you don't do that stuff, DC superheroes. But in this one, he's like a war guy with big chin beard that wants to just get rid of Green Lanterns. Get rid of Green Lanterns. The only misstep in this book, I feel, is having Carol Ferris and Kyle Rayner kiss, which just introduces a whole complication of a relationship that should not be had. But otherwise, this is a really solid book, and I think I might actually read the rest of Godhead now. Buy it. And now a quick schedule interruption. Thank you so much to Chad Neary and Bob Zenub for being awesome patrons on my Patreon. They donated to make this episode of Jason Reads Comics possible. If you want to be shouted out in a future episode of Jason Reads Comics, just go to patreon.com/Jawiin. Now back to the reviews. Justice League number 35. This is a fun, just all businessy issue of Justice League, as basically Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor join their companies together, basically so Lex Luthor can get on the Justice League, and also so Bruce Wayne can get a look at his dirty books. You know, the ones that he keeps under the normal books, underneath the normal books, underneath those books. You know, the ones covered with dust that have all the killings in it, those books. Those are the ones that Batman cares about. And he gets into there, and he looks at those books, and he looks at Lex's secret lab, and it's really a neat issue. And also, fun fact and fun bonus, Neutron, an old 80s Superman villain. Now, he's an old 80s Superman villain to me because I remember buying some old 80s Superman comic books at an old pawn shop somewhere, and this guy with the faceplate was there, and he's like, I am Neutron! And I was like, that guy is cool, and I haven't seen him since. So for him to show up in the New 52 is awesome to me. This is a great issue. Even if you don't like Neutron, it's a great issue. Buy it. Red Hood and the Outlaws number 35. So Roy Harper was burned and put in the hospital in severe condition because Starfire got mad and burst into the sky, leaving her flames everywhere. I don't buy it. I do not buy it. No. And also the art's really bad, so I'm sorry, this is a major skip it. Supergirl number 35. Wow, Red Hood is in every book of the DC Universe this week. So Red Hood shows up and he tells Supergirl that there are some advanced weaponry out there that really wants to kill her. And then she gets all mad and then the artist starts drawing the eyes too big. Ooh. Sorry, this book was just really boring. Skip it. Teen Titans number 3. Great art by Kenneth Rocafort could not save a mediocre tale of the Teen Titans. Although I am excited by what they do with the cover every week, that's not enough to make you stay around. Skip it. The New 52 features in number 24. The neatest thing about this book is getting to see hints of what is going to happen in Earth 2, as we see a couple characters that are leading players of Earth 2 and Earth 2 World's End 5 years into their future and what is going to happen. So that's a little neat. And that's all that's neat about this issue, as basically it's just a lot of people talking, a lot of unrequited love, and we get to see a robot hacksaw somebody in half right in front of Superman and John Constantine. Hooray! We need more murder in this book, don't we, folks? Skip it. Trinity of Sin number 1, the book that no one asked for, as all 3 of the Trinity of Sin members have friends or colleagues or people that they're just randomly talking to get possessed by demons that attack them. And then it leads to the end where they go into space and they find some weird dragon alien space thing. Yeah, I'm not making any of this up. Why does this book exist? Skip it. And that's all the DC New 52 comics for October 15th. As always, go to majorspoilers.com, the comic website where they know that you love comics, and we do too. And also, if you would like to hear your name shouted out in a future episode of Jason Reads Comics, go to patreon.com/Jawiin. Go check out my podcast, Geek History Lesson, 1 character a week, and we explain their history. It's on iTunes and Stitcher. And leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about these reviews and whether you like them. And we're going to talk whether you like the red shirts. Whatever, people. You know what? I'm trying all kinds of different things, and that's what this channel's for. Sometimes I'll give you comic books. Sometimes I'll give you Star Trek. Sometimes I'll just give you a slap across the face. You never know what's going to happen around here. Like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I'm Jason Inman. Be seeing you.
Humans often watch long series of fictitious television to pretend they are themselves those characters.